So, hello everybody.
Hey,
How
y'all.
y'all doing? It's good to see y'all. Um, we are going to discuss a little bit about Summer Don Wells' statement, and just some factors that coming into it that was kind of bothersome to me. But we're going to also discuss some people that are missing and in the news. Uh, I hope everybody's good. It is a little bit warm or cool. I don't know what you call this weather. We
Warm or
got the
cool?
we got the windows open in the RV right now, but the fans are on, so it's kind of
It's a little noisy. I hope y'all can hear us just fine.
yeah. If you don't, please let us know. We'll try to.
I can turn the fan off.
Oh Lord, I'd have to turn the air on, turn the fan off. We want to discuss, and I don't know how long it's going to be tonight. We're going to just however long it takes. Um, this one here is missing, and she went to take her test, took her test, got back on the subway, and it disappeared. It said we're all suffering. Uh, Concern grows. Missing New York City high school student. One thing I don't know. I guess it's different when you live in New York City. It's not a big deal for you to jump on the subway. I would just be, I don't know. I'd be scared to death if my daughter was young. She's 15 years old, which
Not our daughter.
no,
The young lady that's missing.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
If my daughter was 15, I would just really have an issue with it. Um,
But that's normal for them.
yeah, read that for me
The
here.
family of 15-year-old girl from the Bronx who took a test at her high school and never returned home is desperately asking for help looking for their missing loved one. Police search for Cara Villa, who posted pictures of her in the Grand Concourse section on Monday. Um, Said her family was in tears as they said Cara was last seen at 8:45 a.m. on Thursday, June 23rd, as she left High School of Fashion Industries in Chelsea. Friends told the family that was the last they saw her on the number 2 train. Cara's family believes she may be in danger because she's been gone so long. Cara, please come home. We love you. Mom is suffering. We are all suffering, said her aunt. Please come home. If you need, if you have Kiki, please do the right thing and let Cara go. The police investigating the teen's disappearance. She's about 5 foot tall, 100 pounds, and was last seen wearing a beige sweater, pink sweatpants, black Jordan sneakers, and carrying a black backpack.
And that's why I say I don't know. I don't care who you are. I just putting a 15-year-old on the subway. Oops, excuse me, guys. Putting a 15-year-old on the subway. I don't know. I think it's a little young myself.
But for those of you that live in other areas, y'all, I mean, it may be different.
Maybe, I guess so.
I mean, we were so strict with ours that our daughter wanted to go down to the shrimp festival when she was 13 years old, and I wouldn't let her go by herself.
Yeah,
Even with 3 friends, I told her no.
I guess, but the weird thing is, if going around the country, I know my dad. We lived in the city, but we had
How many parents in New York City, where the subway is, would have let their 16-year-old get in a car and drive 3 hours away from home by themselves? We did that.
Where did we do that?
We let Mindy drive from Orange Beach to Montgomery, Alabama.
For what?
She wanted to go up there to see some friends.
Was she 16?
When she was 16, and you said yes. Mama didn't want her to go, but you said she could
We
do it.
crazy?
I think we were crazy. I think we lost it.
I don't remember that. I must
I
have
do.
had a fleeing moment or something. Also, this one here, search is underway for a local sergeant's missing teen daughter, which I think it says here the Wayne County Sheriff's Office is asking for public's help locating sergeant's missing teen daughter. According to the sheriff's office,
17-year-old Gabriella Green was last seen on June 24th She is a student of Rochester High School, according to authorities. Her father, WSCO Sergeant Stephen Green, said she is currently.
It's a WCSO is the Wayne County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. Sergeant Stephen Green said she is currently in crisis and needs treatment. Green is described as a black female with brown eyes, black hair, about 5'3", 160 pounds. She may be wearing blue jeans, a gray shirt, and gym shoes.
That's got to be awful for him because he knows the dangers out there.
Yeah.
He knows the dangers. Also, we want to discuss here. This is the 6th birthday of Michael Monkey Vaughn. The parents came on and basically they just made a very heart-filled request that everybody look for him return, but no new information other than the police have now said they have several suspects. They are weeding out the ones that they believe did it. So probably going to be sex offenders in the area and some that are on concern that they can't verify whereabouts. This also Milwaukee police on.
That.
Huh?
You didn't play that.
I know I didn't play it. I
Okay.
didn't have it. Milwaukee police announced on Thursday, March 24th, that 14-year-old girl and a 16-year-old girl was arrested in connection of the abduction of a 3-month-old boy. Now, I put this on here because I thought that was just so crazy. They befriended a woman, and she's it looked to be a middle-aged black female, and the female said that she laid down or dozed off, and the kids took her baby, and I don't know why.
Did they get the baby back?
Yes, they got the baby back safe. Here is a picture of the baby.
Oh, look at that baby.
And this is just in Milwaukee now, where we are, just right outside Milwaukee, and they arrested a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old.
Kidnapping the baby.
Wow.
Did they say why they kidnapped him?
No. Probably for some type of ransom, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to tell you, Milwaukee has got serious issues with their teen problem. They got teen gangs up here. They got a teen gang, Kia gang. But they steal nothing but Kias. They steal on thing. If you got a Kia, you might as well I don't know how they get into them. They get into them somehow and they steal them. And get this, the other day up here, I was watching the news, broad daylight, these teens had a birthday party. And
this wasn't in Milwaukee, Tommy.
Huh?
This was it was graduation party. It wasn't in Milwaukee. It was here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, well, yeah. It was right outside Milwaukee, close to where we are right now.
Yeah, very close.
Very close. These kids were having a birthday party.
Graduation.
Whatever.
Okay.
Party. Some party.
It was a graduation.
Some party. Go ahead. You tell it. Go ahead.
I don't.
Three teenagers walked up and down in front of the house. Only reason I know that because the neighbor had a ring cam. And then they pulled a gun and went in and robbed people at this party in broad daylight. They robbed them of their purses, their car keys, and all their money, and they stole one of the cars out front. This is broad daylight, and these kids are like and they're talking about high school kids. So this place, and it's not just Milwaukee, it's not just up here, it's getting that way everywhere.
We just happen to hear it more here.
Yeah, we happen to hear it a lot more here. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you what we're buffing for some reason. I don't understand it because we haven't our internet's super strong right now. Go and read that for me.
Hawkins County, Tennessee. Don Webb. Girl, I thought YouTube would be the most powerful tool to help find you, and perhaps if it still could be, but a price we pay may not be able to afford. Our family may not survive. But at a price we may not be able to afford, our family may not survive. The letter goes on to say, I'm sorry, my beautiful girl, that I completely lost my mind with so many thoughts of people harming you. There's nothing I can do. I'm powerless. So I ask God to please look over my precious daughter. We love her so much. We wish God will return her to us as well as the boys. I would be so happy to be a family again.
And I've got the actual letter he posted. Now he's got a YouTube channel. I think he's got about 14,000 subscribers, and he posts his also the website after that. All right, we're going to read it over and just some certain things in it. A letter and a prayer for Summer. Since you've been gone, I've been completely devastated. Now that doesn't sound like, I mean, that, okay, I don't know what he's doing. He's writing a letter to Summer, maybe is supposed to be therapeutic, or maybe this he knows it all. If the letter all knows seems like he knows who took her in certain phrases here. Um, I've looked everywhere for you, my beautiful girl. I thought YouTube would be the most powerful tool to help find you.
And perhaps it still good could be, but not but at a price we have not yet we but we what at a price we may not be able to afford. Our family may not survive. I'm sorry, my beautiful girl, that I completely lost my mind with so many thoughts of people harming you. This is one we read, so I got to
Yeah,
do the next one. So I
but
ask God to please look over.
Here's what I say about this. Okay, first, he does not address Summer by her name. He does not address her by her name. I don't know why that is. I know by calling her beautiful girl, maybe that was a nickname he called her all the time, but I find that kind of weird. Also, when he says a price we may not be able to pay. Now, I don't know if that is a subtle talk of a does he know? Does somebody want a ransom? I don't know. And his family may not survive. I guess he's thinking that they may split up.
Well, they took the boys, didn't they?
Yeah, I think the boys are back there now. I'm sorry, my beautiful girl. I just don't know why he never says Summer. Summer, we miss you. Summer, this. And that I completely lost my mind. Okay. Is he talking about going back to alcoholism? What is he talking about there? And with so many thoughts of people harming you. Now, sure, if you think your daughter is has been taken with something, but I don't know. It's just a weird way to me to say that. I know you want to come home. Well, how? I mean, I just, to me, this letter is just extremely strange, and there's nothing I can do. I don't know. It's almost like he's speaking. He knows where she's at. I am powerless. So I ask God, please look over you. Next page here, and we go. So I ask God, please look over you, my precious daughter. We love her. And now he's speaking to someone else right here. He's either speaking to God or he's speaking to someone
Beach
else.
Bum said, "Are you sure he wrote it?"
Well, it's on his own website.
Okay.
Okay? It's on his own website on YouTube. I asked God, please look over her, my precious daughter. We love her so much. Is he talking to God, or is he talking? Who's he talking to there? We wish God you will return her to us as well as the boys. Okay, so I don't know if, okay, is he saying return her to them and the boys, I guess. I would be so happy to be a family again.
No.
So I would be so happy to be a family again. That's what he says there.
No, I'm saying that you will return her to us as well as the boys. So that's why I
Right.
think the boys aren't with her.
No. He wants God to return her to him and the boys. I think the boys are with him. He's asking. I don't know if he's asking
Do
God
any
or
of
if he's
y'all
talking
know?
to somebody else. And then it says, "Please bow for the Lord's prayer." And then he gives the Lord's prayer here. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. Uh, Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. I'm reading this, so see if there's anything written into this. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. I'm and then go to the next, and I actually copied all of it there. Um, For thy is thy kingdom, power, and glory
Maggie, no.
forever and ever. Amen. Let me see here. I'm not saying he's not praying, but just this thing, if I was to read this letter out here, um, and I didn't know, you know, it's just a lot of things when I look at it. If we examine this letter, and I'm not an expert, but this is my opinion, since you've been gone, I've been completely devastated. Well, okay, why isn't him and his wife completely disabated? How come his family's not? His grandmother? I mean, how come his wife and him are not? How come it's just him? Is what he's saying. He said, he says again, I've looked everywhere for you, my beautiful girl. Now I'm gonna tell you what I don't. There's a thing is why haven't him and Candace looked everywhere for her, and why doesn't he say summer? Why does it say I've looked everywhere or we've looked everywhere for you, summer, instead of saying I've looked everywhere for you, my beautiful girl. I just think that is very, to me, very strange statement that he calls her his beautiful girl and not summer or my beautiful summer. And that's when he says I all the time instead of just referring to I rather than referring to the family or Candace and him. I just find that very strange. And as I thought YouTube, he doesn't write YouTube out like he does everything else, would be the most powerful tool to help find you. So now he's speaking to her to find you. Why not find you, my beautiful girl, or find you, summer? And perhaps it still could be, but at a price. Okay, now what is he talking about a price? Is there a ransom involved in this somewhere? I mean, because he could be smarter than we think, and he could be giving us a lot of clues here about the disappearance of Summer without putting it out there, but at a price we may not be able to afford. You know, is he talking about our family may not survive? All right. What's he talking about? A price that we may not be able to afford. I just think there's a lot of message. There's a message in here that is not being defined. I just get that from this. Um, said, I'm sorry, my beautiful girl. Now, there again, I don't know why he does not say, I'm sorry, my beautiful daughter, or I'm sorry, my beautiful summer, or, you know, it just, to me, it is very strange that I completely lost my mind. What is he talking about there? Can you help me out here? Do y'all know what he means by I have completely lost my mind? He does sound a little drunk, uh, but what is he talking about? Um, he's completely lost his mind. Does that mean he went back to drinking? What does that mean? I don't. I want you to tell me. Um, you know, I don't know what he's talking about. I've completely lost my mind. You know, I've heard. You know, there's all kinds of rumors. Um, Yeah, I agree with you, Beach Bum. It does sound like he's speaking to somebody. You know, he sounds like he's speaking to somebody without naming names. It really does. And then let me ask you this: do you think that it's written to somebody, but without saying it? And then if it wasn't, why didn't he talk it instead of? Why didn't he come out and say it rather than put it in a letter? Gracie, why? My dog, my burglar alarm going off here. Maggie's outside with Dina. Gracie, why didn't he come and just say it out here? Gracie, letters addressed to Summer. You know, even though he says it, you know, I've looked everywhere for you, my beautiful girl. Even though he says this, I don't think, would she, Gracie, would she know that you two would be the perhaps the best tool? Would she know that? Would she know that it may cost them their family? Would she understand that? I mean, I don't think she would at her age. So I do not believe this letter is written to anybody except possibly she may know who the person is that has her. It really speaks to that, in my opinion. Um, I get that from this letter. Do y'all see that, or do you have any you know do you have any opinion on this? I just feel like the letter is addressed to somebody other than the daughter. Beecham, I don't know who the suspect would be. They've indicated that maybe she was taken by somebody. I'm wondering if drugs might have been involved. If he had a drug problem, did he owe somebody something? Was he ever arrested and he got off? Did he tell on somebody? Did he, what you call it, snitch on somebody? They say in the drug world, snitches get stitches, and a lot worse. I had an informant that had made a bunch of drug buys and that was going to go to court and testify, and he ended up dying. Um, and at the time, they ruled it overdose, but several years later, I had another informant tell me that he was murdered because he talked to the police. So, you never can tell. You never can tell. I never believed he OD'd because I knew him. He wasn't doing drugs when he was working with me. We drug tested him, or his family did anyway. We just didn't, we didn't allow somebody to be high and working with us. Um, and then it says, I'm sorry, beautiful girl. I just don't know why he keeps saying the beautiful girl. Is that a name that he used with her? Why wouldn't he say, I'm sorry, my beautiful summer, or I'm sorry, my summers, I'm sorry, summer? I just think that sounds like he's speaking to someone else. I completely lost my mind. Does it? I don't know what that statement means, and with the explanation point behind it, with so many thoughts of people harming you, that's another word too, harming. That's not a word I think that would she would understand as much. You know, with so many thoughts of people hurting you, maybe. I know you want to come home. I know you want to come home. Well, does he? It almost is. It to me, it's almost like he's speaking to somebody that has her because he knows who that is. You know, come home and there's nothing I can do. I'm powerless. So I don't know. It to me from this letter, it appears he's speaking to somebody. That he actually knows who has her. I don't know. Uh, wasn't this communication on Candace's phone shortly after summer? Let's see. What did I'll highlight you here in a second. Communication so summer went missing to someone saying something like, "It's too late. I thought they sold her to someone and asked to get her back." I don't know. I Does anybody know anything? Does anybody seen that before? You know, um, I don't know that. I did remember something about there was some talk about someone had made threats or something. I don't know what he's saying here. He says he's powerless. You know, I'm. It almost seems like he knows somebody's got her. He knows who it is, but he can't do anything about it because of maybe he owes money to him or whatever. It just sounds really, really, really strange. So I asked God, please look over my precious daughter. We love her so much. We wish God you would return her to us as well as the boys. I would be so happy to be a family again. He keeps saying I. I don't know why. To me, if our daughter was missing, I would say my wife and I, or Medina and I, or would be very happy if she was returned. And I would always refer to her by her name. not as a object. So I don't know. It may just be the way he talks, but I've watched a lot of his uh, interviews with different people, and I've never once heard him call her that. Um, I've watched as much interviews on, like when he talked to Interview Room, when he talked to other people. I never once heard him say, "My beautiful girl," referred to her. He'd always call her Summer. So I just wonder why the change, and is he addressing the person what he believes has her? Is he addressing that person? It's almost like he knows who it is. And if you think that's it, um, let me know. These are just, like I said, they're opinions of me. It's what I read into it. When I read it, first thing I said, this don't sound right. I mean, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't sound right from A to Z. It's just, he never refers to her by her name, not once. He calls her Summer, not once. He never refers to it as we. He simply says I. He talks about priceless, powerless to do anything, a price he can't pay. I mean, to me, he's talking to somebody. He's not talking um, to us. Who does he write to? He's not surely not talking to his daughter. Why would you say to your daughter that's missing, if you were trying to talk with her, this is a price I can't pay? Because I'm gonna tell you something. If somebody took my daughter and I had to pay a ransom, no price, not even my own life, would be a price that I could not pay. Nobody. I mean, I would give my own life if that's what it took to save my child, either one of them, my daughter or my son. So, why does he say it's a price I cannot pay? And that his family, the only time he ever talks about his family was when he talks about his family may not survive, and his they want to summer back with him and the boys. And I'm wondering that it's almost like when he says my family may not survive, it's almost a suicidal statement. Is I hope not. I hope I'm reading that wrong. I hope that that is not what he's talking about. But it's just very. This whole letter is very confusing. Why doesn't he never mention about Candace? Why does he never say her mother and I? You know, Candace and I love you, Summer. Why does he never say that? Why does he say I? A price that we cannot pay. Powerless. If you just go back and read the words in there, he has so many words describing himself, verbs describing his thoughts. I just really, yes. That's T.S. Jackson. That's exactly what I'm thinking. It's almost like he's addressing who has Summer, that he knows where Summer's at. But because if he was speaking to Summer, he would be saying her name instead of my beautiful girl. I don't know. I just really, really think that, you know, I'm going to put you out there just a second. Said I'm an ex-journalism counseling psych and grad student, so I combine my experience training. Words are not ransom, and have specific meaning and personal selection of them. Yeah, I agree. They have that. Um, uh, Now, I'll tell you what my degree is in. I have a bachelor's degree in management in a minor basically in psychology, and I have been on the streets in law enforcement over 33 years. So I do hear a lot of words, but I'm not in your situation. Um, yeah, I get that too. Indian paintbrush. That's a cool name too. I get that too. That it's just something different. Um, it's something different about this. The way he's speaking in this, to me, this is not a letter to Summer, and that's what he made it sound like, that this is a letter to Summer. If you go back to it, a letter and prayer for Summer. That's what he says. The only time he ever mentions Summer is in the title. That's the only time. And then he just says a letter. He's not saying the letters for Summer. He's saying a letter that could be to somebody, and a prayer for Summer. And then he says, since you've been gone, that it would be directed to her, but still it's not. Since that's the only time too he hasn't said since my beautiful girl's been gone. Since summer's been gone. Since you've been gone, Summer. Is put Summer at the end. I've been completely devastated. Yeah, well, I understand, but who are you talking to? I've looked everywhere for you, my beautiful girl. There you go. To me, that is just something different to do. I can't understand who they're talking to, who he's talking to, because I don't believe he's talking to Summer. I thought YouTube would be the most powerful tool to help me find you, and perhaps it still could be, but at a price. Now, what price is he talking about? That it gets to be, what price is he talking about? I don't know. Y'all have to tell me on this stuff, because I personally just think it is very strange, very strange. Um, yes.
I'm back, y'all. Sorry, we had somebody come up outside and
Who
Stella.
came up?
Stella.
Hmm?
Stella. I need to remember her name. Her name is Stella.
Who came outside?
Hmm.
Okay. Um, but
What do you
anyway,
think of the Supreme Court saying Miranda rights were more of a recommendation?
well, see, I have only
Hadn't heard
Supreme
that one.
Court. Yeah, the only Supreme Court things I've heard is on the gun rights in New York and the Roe versus Wade. I haven't seen that one yet. Um, more of instead of a recommendation. That's kind of weird. If that is true, at least what they meant, I don't know.
I have to read that.
I'd like to read that whole
That
thing.
was from Beach Bum.
Okay.
I think. Wait a minute. Let me make sure.
Um,
I think it was Beach Bum. Yeah, it was. Sorry, y'all. I went outside and now I've got to catch up.
yeah, Don. I know Don may be when he talks about lost his mind. Maybe he's talking about he got drunk again. I don't know. It's just really really strange type. And the fact, it's and these are things that really bother me. When he comes home and he sees them out looking for them, walking around the farm, he automatically says she's been abducted. Automatically. It's almost like they were expecting it, you know? It's almost like they have somebody has threatened to abduct them over drugs or some other reason. You know, That's what I get. I don't know. And I just get the feeling that he's addressing that letter to somebody else. Um, you're absolutely right, Martin. You're absolutely right. At least I would. There wouldn't be anything stopping me. I'm telling you, I would get my we may be at the very peak of congestion around Starlink because I ran the numbers earlier and I had 330 download and about 50 something upload. Insane. But I don't want to sound like I'm crazy. But if somebody took my daughter or my son or my wife, sing money, guns, and lawyers, I mean, I would definitely be. Uh, I'd let the police try to do it, but if I felt like the police were stalling, then I would get a couple of friends and we would go find them.
Monkey and Summer a mystery to us, not our Lord. Jesus praying without ceasing, running conversation with our Savior.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, they know that Monkey or Michael Vaughn has been abducted. They know that. They have evidence. They have evidence. They have evidence of a car and a guy being near him, and they're working. I believe his will be solved in the long run. I don't know if Summers ever will be. Online right now.
You're back.
I don't know why that. Uh, it's almost like, and I'm telling you, it's almost like that he knew that she may be kidnapped by somebody for some reason. It just because I mean, if I, like I said before, if we were at the farm and we were missing our kids, and my father-in-law's farm's huge, and if we would have went out there, my first thing out of my mouth would not be she's been abducted. I would say she's hiding down here. They've run off and they're playing. A number of reasons would be before that. Says here, beautiful young lady. Yeah, okay. But it is extremely weird, and uh, it's extremely weird because in this total letter, the only time he ever mentions her name is in the title. That's it. A prayer for summer. I don't understand why he doesn't say in the letter, instead of calling her a beautiful girl every single time, saying summer. Because I'm gonna tell you what they tell you when you're, say you have a hostage situation. You're in When you talk about the negotiator will always call the hostage by their first and last name or their first name. If say they're holding their wife hostage or someone in the bank hostage and they know their name, they always call them by their name to get you to be familiar with them and get you to form some type of bond with them, because it's harder to hurt somebody if you know their name. It's harder to hurt somebody if you become acquainted with them. But he's not even calling her that. He just says he's a beautiful girl. It's just very strange. Very strange. Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. It's almost like it was a debt that they can't pay to get her back. I agree with you. And I'm wondering if law enforcement has polygraphed him in a way that would all of that come out, you know. I don't know. Uh, um, young girls kidnapping, unreal. So glad sweet baby is home and their blessings. This good reports. Um, I guess they're talking about somebody else. Somebody else came home. I don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, humanize them. That's right, Martin. That's exactly right. Humanize the person. They're least. They're a little bit. It's not. It's not saying that he that a hostage taker would not do something to them anyway. But if you dehumanize them, it's a lot harder.
Well, they said he's saying he was trying to humanize himself, maybe. I
Yeah,
mean, not
maybe.
Pete.
I just don't get it. I mean, you never once calls her by her first name. Never once calls her Summer. Never once, except in the title.
Sorry,
I
Gracie.
don't. I don't get it. Um,
Yeah, Rue, you're right. Right. Wicked generate. Wicked. The more wicked, the righteous getting
and you
more
know, I
righteous.
don't. And I understand it was not too long ago. It was 1 year, the 1 year anniversary, basically of her missing.
It was June 6th or
I
something like
think
that.
something like that. Um, I apologize for this thing buffing tonight. I don't know if it's buffing because we have a lot of people online right now, or what, but it is buffing. Well, I'm gonna get off here because this thing is buffing
No,
and
wait.
it drives me crazy.
It'll be all right. Just wait. We're
40,
not. We're not
40
finished talking.
49 minutes.
We're not finished talking. He
Okay,
flip
go
flops
ahead.
between first and second person, and then guilty.
Yeah, I agree. Uh,
There was something up here.
yeah, I wish that we could find out more stuff if he was involved in gambling, drug debt, um, you know, whatever, loan sharking. I don't know. And one thing is too, what there's a big argument going right now over the reward money. It's like up to $70,000. Um, Don is trying to get. They're trying to get access to the reward money to put. When I heard him talking, he was like saying, "No, no, don't break it up. Don't." I think what they're planning on doing, if the reward money is not used, that they were going to take it and donate it to the fire department or somewhere that could that does a search and rescue. That's what I kind of focused in on. But Don is saying no, keep it in effect so in case somebody finds her. But I don't know that that's what it is. It's like 70 grand. So that isn't going to court now. And that's interesting to see what his defenses are about doing with the money.
Did you see what Steve Hill said? Look for gambling.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's you're probably right. Um, yeah, absolutely right. it'd be interesting to see um, what he says. Doug Wells says in court reference to the reward money, because if they turn around and turn the reward money over to the family, you know, I don't that I don't think
I
that's
was
right.
just outside talking to I think she's 15, and she said, "I don't understand these parents that kill their kids, or how anybody could hurt anyone."
Goes out
Yeah,
there.
Joe,
Oops.
come here.
Um,
Your fella's out here.
yeah, Rhonda, I agree with you. Something's up, and I think in the long run, we're going to find out. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what this issue is with this. Uh, okay, I appreciate it. Uh, this thing, I think we're in a real congested area where we are. I think that's causing the buffing. It's really weird. I actually ran a. Let me see if I can do it to the side here while we're here, while she stepped out. But let's see what the internet says. It's weird. They tell you. I tell you something else you might want to do is there is a podcast I listened to. In fact, I listened to it and actually went to sleep to it. It's called Murder Sheet, and they have a ton of stuff on there on the Delphi case, and I've been listening to it because I hope to. There's two live streams I hope to do, and I'm hopefully get Tony back on. I want to do one on the Delphi, and also one on the new um, Gabby Petito and her boyfriend, his notebook they found, and there's some work on that. I don't know if you actually had talked about paying for Brian Laundrie to leave the country. And, that's what we all thought, that maybe they were going to try. I don't understand that all that buffing. Okay, hold on one second. I will. I'm gonna show you what my internet speed is, and then I don't know. Maybe some one of y'all can explain it to me. But we hope to discuss both of those things, and if I know this letter supposedly was delivered to Brian from his mother, and on the letter it says, uh, "Burn this after reading it," or something like that. And the lawyer, there's some way the lawyer actually got a hold of it, where during the civil lawsuit. So I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting. I'm going to show you something. This is why I'm saying we're getting buffing, because it's a congested area. Look at these speeds: 507 down, 38 up. You can't get that. I can't. I mean, it's crazy, but it's just buffing a little bit because it's. I think we're just congested. Yeah, Rue, I exactly, I 100% agree with you. Just hearing from, uh, not hearing from Candace and listening to his words in the letter by him saying, I, he speaks only I, 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 you know, um, you know, I, and I'll get this, what I believe, um, it, I believe that, I've always believed that, uh, maybe this, maybe this came from the family, but there have been polygraphs, and it's not impossible to beat a polygraph, especially if you're on medication for anxiety, like something that's going to lower your, this going to manage your blood pressure and your, all that. But I don't know that is. I don't know if they were only polygraphed once. That's why usually in a criminal investigation thing, they'll polygraph you about 4 or 5 times, so that even if you're on medication, you're not going to be able to completely, your body's not going to be able to completely be managed. And one thing too, they do ask you, are you on any type of medication before you start it, so that, and then in the polygraph they'll ask you, or did you lie to me about not being on any medication? So it's kind of a, but if you're on medication to start with, still they will hold down like blood pressure and stuff like that. It's not perfect. Um, uh, yeah, it's not all of them though. Or I know some good Christian drywall people that were just, they're absolutely the best of the best people. They're very very good people. But you're right. A lot of the construction, uh, what I feel like is they travel and all that stuff. Drugs are there. That the case down in Florida, the case with Cassie, I think's her name. We covered. They suspect that she was abducted and murdered by uh, maybe immigrants that were working in the uh, building construction trade in the building that she worked at. So it's very easy to say. Sorry about that. Don, all this happened, and he could have very well went back on the bottle or back into something. But like I said, I don't understand how the first thing out of your mouth is when you see your family looking for your for Summer. She's been abducted. I just don't understand that. Um, I do want to say this: we are going to be live streaming tomorrow night on our channel, on our RV channel. We're going to be on at 7 o'clock, hopefully. Um, we don't yet know what we're going to talk about. We're trying to get a guy to come on live with us to talk about RV inspections. Hopefully, that will be possible. But if you're not a member or subscriber to our other channel, the 1 Million Mile Road Trip, and I'll ask one of my mods there to put the the link up there, and I'll show you another link also that we have. Um, the link here If you're not subscribed, we would ask you to go over and subscribe. We are working our way to 1,000 subs. We have 885 now as of yesterday. We're hoping that we can get 900 by the end of the month, and from there move by the end of the summer, hopefully be over 1,000 subs. And only thing that does is that pushes YouTube to help pay me for advertising. Even if we get 1,000 subs, it's not going to be how it goes right away, because we have got to have 4,000 hours of watch time, and we're under 2,000 hours because of we didn't do a lot of live streams. But we are going to do some. That's one of the reasons why we're doing live streams, is we're hopefully building up our watch hours. YouTube's it's a journey. It is a journey, but that channel has been this very, very slow channel. It is very slow on getting where we need to be, and I would really appreciate it if you go over and subscribe to the channel. It is what we do 2 nights a week, Wednesday, and put a video out on Sunday. And I don't know if y'all watch any of that, but we did go to a meetup, a school of classes on Saturday with Keep Your Daydream, and had our picture taken with them. And I got to talk to them twice, and super, super people. And also we met some dogs there. There was Doug and Russell, a couple of golden retrievers that were just incredible. Doug weighed 140 pounds. It was well worth the drive. It was just 45 minutes from here. So listen, I'm gonna let y'all go. We are dwindling our members here, our people. Everybody's leaving, so I would appreciate it. I don't Beach Bum. I don't think Don's in jail. Maybe somebody could find out. I do not think he is in jail. Um, no. Hey, your thoughts on the case? You're in the minority. Don't zip it. I'm all about. Um, I'm all about different points of view. I'm gonna tell you, when we would work cases, whether it was rape cases that we didn't know who the guy was, or murder cases, or drug dealers that are pushing large amounts of meth or marijuana into our county, and we didn't exactly know who they were, I wanted everybody's opinion. Um, I would have everybody come in to the. We would come in, and I would have everybody come into the meeting, and I'd want everybody to express their opinion. I don't want anybody to be silenced because they don't feel like they have the right opinion. That's not where it's at. If uh, in the end, it was always my say so, because I ran the unit, but I also I'm going to tell you something about law enforcement. Law enforcement is made up of type A personalities, and when you deal with people as subordinates that are type A personalities, you've got to be respectful to their opinion, but you've also got to be firm in your decisions. So, because when the old buck stops here type thing. So, Amber, what is your opinion? Please tell me what your opinion is. I will never silence you unless you start telling me uh, that you believe that the aliens abducted them out there in the driveway. We may have some different opinions there, but I would like for you to tell me, um, you know, tell me what your opinion of it is. Will you do that for me, Amber? Um, it's a difference of opinion. Hey, it's all we're buffing awful right now, and I don't know what the problem is other than the whole thing. We have a congested area, and we're getting congested. Um, it is 8 o'clock here, and we do have some a lot of people in the area, so you know. Uh, please tell us what you think. It's not going to matter to me if it's a different opinion. You know, please tell us what you think. I love different opinions, really, I do. Don is in jail, you say? Well, he probably needs to be there. He wouldn't be there if he didn't need to be. Um, yeah, I agree with you here. Um, I agree. The grandmama knew something. She knew something was up. I don't know. I'm anxious for some more people in other, that are out there that have a different opinion on this. I'm anxious to hear all the opinions on what really happened to Summer or whatever. Some Amber
I'm back,
said.
y'all. Sorry.
Amber
Our
said.
mooch doctor was out there.
Mooch doctor.
The person that lets us mooch dock was out there.
Mooch. They call them mooch docking when you use somebody else's water or electricity and you stay on their property. We do, but we help out on the financial part of it.
Not because he asked, because he won't
No,
take
he won't
it.
hardly take it.
We have found we can't write him a check. We
don't
bought him a
cash
gas card, but
He
we
don't
can't do
use
that
it.
anymore. So we just give him
And
cash.
we won't give him a check, he won't cash it. So we just write him a card and give him a check. It's not enough, in my opinion, but he won't let me pay anymore. Yeah, we're open to different opinions on this channel. That's exactly, Rhonda, that is exactly right. We may not agree with you, everybody, all the time. If I don't agree with you, I'll say I don't agree with you, but I'm usually open to opinions. So that's why I would love to hear any, you know.
Thanks for telling people to hit the like button. Woo, we got 42 likes and only 35 people watching.
Yeah, I couldn't. I told him it was getting this buffing. I can't stand this buffing.
Alabama
myself.
chagrin.
I like that Alabama chagrin.
Are you
like
from
the word.
Alabama? I'm assuming you are.
You know, we are originally from Alabama, and that we are die-hard Alabama fans. We have some people here that are die-hard Florida fans, and I don't know where else, but I can't wait till football season starts. It's about 74 days away, I think, to Alabama's first game. So we are very, very excited for football season.
And we're going to another baseball game. We're going
Yeah,
to see the
Dina's
Brewers.
actually kind of got to loving baseball live, not really on TV, but she loves going to the baseball games.
I didn't know I would like it, and I really like baseball.
Yeah, baseball live is, we really enjoy it.
Yeah, the first game we went to, there was a little girl sitting on the next row down, 3 seats over from us, and she was eating nachos, and a fly ball hit her nacho bowl.
Yeah. We went and saw a semi-pro
Beach Bums
hockey
Die
game.
Hard Tigers.
Is that Tigers is in LSU Tigers, or is that Auburn Tigers?
Surely not Auburn.
I bet it is.
So, Alabama chagrin. Or chagrin. Okay.
Well, I do apologize for the buffing tonight. I don't know what the deal was. We've got some little issues going on with our car right now. Really hoping and praying it's not going to run us lots and lots of money. and we're actually going probably in a week or two after we get our car looked at. Oh, beach bum, God to forgive you. And
Some
and we're gonna have the awning fixed on the RV. It's always something, though, isn't it?
Yep. Y'all
Um,
remember to pray for me with my hand. I'm going to have to go and get a shot.
what if they let me give you the shot?
No, look. So I can take my thumb. I don't know if y'all can see this. Let's see. I can take my thumb and bend it without any problem. But this is me trying to bend it. Watch it click. Did you see the click? Now to get it back up, I can't. I have to use force to get it back up.
It's called
Trigger finger.
trigger finger, and it's not even a trigger. Yeah, we've got a lot. I've got some truly brothers, and they're not real brothers and sisters because I was an only child, but I grew up with them, and I treat their parents. Their mother actually is just like my second mother. Both of my parents are deceased, but and they're big time Auburn fans. So during football season, we have a lot of fun together, back and forth. But we don't know how Nina hurt her finger, do we?
Yes. You made me.
Is that it?
And because I beat you 125
Hey,
games
that
to
is, you
21.
didn't beat me 125.
Would you want me to get the book? 125 to
No,
21.
not 125.
It's his fault.
I don't believe
It's
that.
his fault. TS, it's his fault.
No.
Oh, your mom has that and she refuses to get it fixed.
It's very
I heard
painful.
that a steroid shot might fix it. I know a steroid shot fixed my shoulder, but every time I think about that big needle going into my hand, I just don't want to.
Hey, I'm all for getting the old shot in the back and see if that helps. I'm about ready to do that. Um,
Guess that's it.
yeah, that's about it today for us. Please come tomorrow night. We would really appreciate it if you come tomorrow night and stay with us to the end. We really need to build our numbers up on
Are you
our
going to dance at
live
the end?
stream for the RV channel, and we need subscribers. If you could come over and to our live stream, and if you're not a member of our channel, if you could subscribe, that would be awesome. You just make my day.
I think if y'all say Tommy has to dance at the
I
end
just
tomorrow,
about do anything
he
to
could
get
do a
that
little
thing.
jig tomorrow night.
But anyway,
Steve Hill, you're right. Those 46 immigrants who
yeah,
died.
absolutely. That is just awful. 46 immigrants. Well, they're saying tonight there's possibly 51 immigrants that have died
but 13
in that one truck.
Yeah, 13 are in the hospital. Some of them in critical condition.
You
with their
imagine
organs
being shut up in this truck in the desert heat out there and not being able to have water or a place to go to the bathroom and or any air conditioning in this truck for God knows how long. You know, it was horrible, and all we can do is pray for them and punish the person that left them there to the fullest extent of the law, even if we have to go to Mexico to get them.
I think they got them. They got the driver and 2 other people.
They need to get the person that actually took the money for them to go. Okay, we love y'all and thank you. And please try to come tomorrow night. That would be awesome. And we hope to see y'all next time. And
thumbs
up, and
thank y'all.
Share our other channel. That'd be awesome. Y'all have a great night. We love y'all.
Bye.